Ladies and gentlemen, please rise.
Good afternoon, and welcome to Dalhousie University's Spring Convocation. My name is Wanda Costin, and I serve as the Provost and Vice President Academic here at Dalhousie. Please be seated. I now ask John R. Sillaboy to deliver the Mi'kmaq welcome.
Medawel otio. Jilida Mi'kmaqi Ajibuktuk Adet Dalhousie University will Agiskuk. Well, that's one no nin det Mamigo Minen. Where I be access is Sonia Millbrook. Well, that's one no imsid norma. Mi'kmaqi na unwe gadi Ayapchu delide mug Mamigo Minuk. Ginugun nug na squijinug. Deli eglam sidasig na gigamana mau waisisk, jujishk, sisipk, mimeshk, imsit stornk, samguan, marmigo, aujusen. Det mizos kidede muju egadi na Mi'kmaqi. Amushpa gelo de mug, amushpa megide de mug. So let's welcome all our relations. Our ancestral land is the land of Mi'kmaq, that we have also known to exist here in Mi'kmaqi. We, Mi'kmaq, believe that all our relations include all species, animals, insects, birds, fish, all trees, water, and winds, from here on earth to the spirit world. We have to take care of it and cherish it, which is why we say all our relations, or imsid normal. Welcome, everyone.
Thank you, John R. Dalhousie University is located in Mi'kmaqi, the ancestral and unceded territory of the Inuk. We are all treaty people. There are three key components to this statement. The first is acknowledgement the land Dalhousie sits on as part of Mi'kmaqi, the territory of the Inuk. The second is the acknowledgement of the territory as both ancestral and unceded, recognizing that the peace and friendship treaties signed between the British Crown and the Mi'kmaq did not involve surrender of land. Finally, the phrase, "we are all treaty people," reminds us that these treaties apply to all of us, indigenous and settler alike. Here at Dalhousie, we continue to work and build on these critically important relationships and friendships, and we remain committed to the recommendations of the Truth and Reconciliation Commission report. We also recognize African Nova Scotians as distinct people whose histories, legacies, and contributions have enriched that part of Mi'kmaqi known as Nova Scotia for more than 400 years. We are deeply grateful to the Indigenous and African Nova Scotian faculty, staff, students, administrators, and elders who help guide our efforts, from pathways programs and admissions to curriculum and community partnerships. While we recognize there is still much more to do, we remain committed to a future grounded in equity and inclusive excellence. Today is a day of celebrations, one of endings, but also of beginnings. We invite you to celebrate fully in your accomplishments today. Before we begin, I'd like to introduce the stage party. If you would please rise or raise your hand as I call your name, I'd be grateful. Dr. Rustam Southwell, Chancellor. Dr. Kim Brooks, President and Vice Chancellor. John R. Sillaboy, Vice Provost, Indigenous Relationships. Grace Jeffries, Vice President, People and Culture. Matt Hebb, Vice President, Strategic Engagement. Dr. Leslie Fillmore, Associate Vice President, Academic. Dr. Rick Ezekiel, Vice Provost, Student Affairs. Dr. Jeff Myers, University Registrar and Assistant Vice President, Enrollment Management. Dr. Sachin Seth, Chair of Senate. Dr. Brenda Merritt, Dean, Faculty of Health. Amina Abawaji, Legacy Award winner and University Beadle. Honorable Michelle Thompson, Minister of Health and Wellness and Convocation Speaker. We also have with us today members of faculty and staff in both the audience and on stage who have supported your graduates on their journey. Let's acknowledge them as well. Please be seated. I'd like to take a moment for a bit of housekeeping. These two aisleways are our exit rows. Please be mindful and try to keep those clear. You'll see 2 green placards at the end. We also have a quiet room set up 1 floor up in room 412. Thank you.
Thank you, Provost Costin. Good afternoon. Graduates, if you're able to, please rise. If you are unable, you can wave from your chair. Chancellor Southwell, as Chair of the Senate of Dalhousie University, I ask you to confer degrees on those candidates whose names have been approved by Senate.
By virtue of the authority vested in me and in Dalhousie University, I admit to their respective degrees and diplomas with all the rights, privileges, and the responsibilities pertaining thereto, those candidates who have fulfilled the requirements of that degree and whose names have been approved by Senate. Admita vos ad gradum. Congratulations.
Congratulations, graduates. You may now be seated.
Graduates, this is the moment you've been waiting for, the culmination of all your hard work. As you cross the stage today, I invite you to think about the journey and where you've been, but more importantly, where you're going. As you cross the stage today, you'll be greeted by the Chancellor, who will have a few words of encouragement and congratulations. And then you will move to this side, where you'll be greeted by your Dean, who will also give you your alumni pin, and your official photo will be taken. At this time, I invite Dr. Brenda Merritt, Dean, Faculty of Health, and Ella McDonald, an orator and alum from the Fountain School of Performing Arts, to present the candidates who are here today receiving their degrees.
Chancellor Southwell, I am honored to present the following candidates on behalf of the Faculty of Health, who have fulfilled the requirements for the degree of Bachelor of Science in Nursing. Adefe Testimony Adenii, with distinction. Arwa Ahmed. Monica Majok Akai. Adriana Ava Alas, with distinction. Altea Magnaye Ambal. Acacia Kathambi Arithi. David Alvin Astika. Benjamin Richard Allen Berry, with distinction. Megan Elizabeth Belanger, with distinction. Tristan Bordage, with distinction. Sophie McDonald Burke. Madison Holly Castell. Shelby Morales Chavez. Leah Danielle Chevalier, with distinction. Ellie Jane Collins. Hallie Peyton Cook. Catherine Renee Cowell, with distinction. Emma Margaret Croto, with distinction. Christelle Louise Daigle. Kelly Lynn Davis. Ella DeMontney. Carly Cecilia Ann Doherty, with distinction. Nora Grace Dunn. Emily Grace Dunphy. Riley Dykeman. Terry Lynn Rose Fleming. Hannah Alexis Pearl Forrest, with distinction. Olivia Desiree Marie Summer Fredette. Jenna Erin Frazier, with distinction. Brooklyn Galloway. Dorothy Lillian Gladwin, with distinction. Marshall Dawn Goosen, with distinction. Lauren Joy Guswell, with distinction. Maya Hagar, with distinction. Kaylee Ann Hayes. Hadil Hijazi. Lauren Emily Hiltz. Mackenzie Lee Hiltz. Ayla Orion Holmes. Brennan Gavin Hines. Brittany Ivany. Surya Sila Kamara. Nora Elizabeth Kelly, with distinction. Sydney Olivia Klatt. Bowie Lamb, with distinction. Chelsea Lambert, with distinction. Gabrielle LaRocque. Karen Tracy Lear. Caitlin LeMay, with distinction. Jessalee Janvian Lung, with distinction. Jenna Marie McKay, with distinction. Riley Elizabeth McKinnon, with distinction. Hannah Mae McClellan. Scott Andrew McNeil, with distinction. Mallory Dale Matlock, with distinction. Sarah Elizabeth McDaniel. Lily Martha McClatchy, with distinction. Sophia Grace Medeiros. Mandy Janina Milton, with distinction. April Lindsay Mitchell, with distinction. Fahima Arinola Mufutau. Megan Gabrielle Murphy. Isla Florence Nearing. Ruby Neinstein. Aubrey Ann Nordine. Olivia Norman. Ava Grace O'Neill. Chimobi Victor Okechukwu. Caitlin Olivia Pack. Ariane Eleanor Palmer. Michaela Grace Alice Penny, with distinction. Hannah Pettipaw. Malcolm Paulian Pittman. Jillian Pittman. with distinction. Ava Catherine Putnam, with distinction. Imogen Rose Marie Quinn, with distinction. Tatiana Marie Renier, with distinction. Brenna Jaden Reynolds. Kaylee Grace Roberts. Gabrielle Sierra Rodriguez, with distinction. Devin Alexander Rose. Laurel Kimberly Psycho, with distinction. Lila Sky Sheehan. Yoonji Shin, with distinction. Christopher Brian Skinner, with distinction. Georgia Gracie Skinner. Chloe Lynn Smith, with distinction, and joined on stage by Sean and Leo. Savannah Lee Smith, with distinction. Caitlin Eugenia Thompson. Kathleen Ann Vino, with distinction. Mary Morgan Victoria Walsh. Ethan Andrew Watson. Faith Elizabeth Whalen, with distinction. Caitlin Noel White, with distinction. Eva Naomi Wilfred, with distinction. Mallory Wilkie. Olivia Jean Charlotte Wood, with distinction. This concludes the presentation of candidates for the Bachelor of Science in Nursing. Chancellor Southwell, I am now honored to present the following candidates who have fulfilled the requirements for the degree of Bachelor of Social Work. Amber Chanel Bernard, with distinction. Hannah Caitlin Bolivar, with distinction. Megan Ann Beat, with distinction. Liliana May Butler, with distinction. Katrina Shirley Elizabeth Horwood, with distinction. Hannah Cleven, with distinction. Sky Cynthia Lynn McLean, with distinction. Jasmine Winter Morenica, with distinction. Leah Isabel Pack, with distinction. Claire Hannah Quirk, with distinction. Jeremy Jason Richard. Lauren Gabrielle Rothstein, with distinction. Jaden Stacy Andrew Skinner Norden. Mara So, with distinction. Martha Stratton, with distinction. Amanda Elizabeth Taylor. Tamia Mary Lorena Thomas, with distinction. Angelina Maria Tortola, with distinction. Charlie Bryn Waring, with distinction. This concludes the presentation of candidates for the Bachelor of Social Work. Chancellor Southwell, I am now honored to present the following candidates who have fulfilled the requirements for the degree of Doctor of Pharmacy. Stephanie Doreen Armstrong, also receiving Bachelor of Science. Sama Tariq Bhatt, with distinction. Tanisha Lynn Ballard, with distinction. Catherine Michelle Beliveau, Marissa Beliveau, with distinction. Garrett David Boisvert, with distinction. Eduardo Castillo Morales, Danica Ann Chamberlain, Alexandra Chow, with distinction. Jessica Marie Condon Oldreeve, also receiving Bachelor of Science. Hannah J. Crean, with distinction. Briar Mason Cunningham, with distinction. Kendra Brooke DeMerchant, Jada Kelly Dewan, with distinction and receiving Bachelor of Science with distinction. Larissa Adele DeWaron, with distinction and receiving Bachelor of Science with distinction. Michael Patrick Dunn, with distinction. Alexandra Jane Eddy, with distinction. Lindsay Elvidge, also receiving Bachelor of Medical Science with distinction. Jade Ga-Yi Eng, with distinction and receiving the University Medal in Pharmacy. Dakota Emma Ferdinand, Luke Ferguson, also receiving Bachelor of Science, major in chemistry. Hannah Lee Frazier, Sophie Catherine Gillis, with distinction and receiving Bachelor of Science with distinction. Ashton Kathy Craig, with distinction. Abby Lee Hackett, with distinction. Oliver Hage, Katie Pauline Joan Halliday, with distinction. Dennis Haluza, with distinction. Joanne Ibrahim, Emily Drew Johnson, with distinction. Isabella Johnson, with distinction. Ha-Jung Kim, also receiving a Bachelor of Science. Avery Sarah Laflemme, with distinction. Isabella Rose LaRue, with distinction. Emma Ruth Lewis, with distinction. Alan Joseph Lee, with distinction. Braden Scott McDonald, with distinction and receiving Bachelor of Science with distinction. Morgan McDonald, with distinction. Anna Catherine McKenzie, Madison Victoria Lowe McLean, with distinction, and receiving Bachelor of Science with distinction. Helka Moore. Jocelyn Dawn Morrison, with distinction. Ebony Danae Muscroft, with distinction. Thomas Wynn. Jin Young Park. Samantha Ann Palmer, with distinction. Natalie Ratajczuk, with distinction, and receiving Bachelor of Science with distinction. Kelsey Danielle Roy, with distinction. Hassan Sadek, also receiving a Bachelor of Science. Maura Elizabeth Saxon, with distinction. Ryan Christopher Scarf, with distinction, and receiving Bachelor of Science with distinction. Mingyu Shim. Madison Slack, with distinction. Haifa Sleeman. Nicholas Roger Corey Smith. Taylor Christina Smith, with distinction. Natalie Elizabeth Teal, with distinction. Carson Robert Treitz. Haley Elizabeth Underhill, with distinction. Alexander Joseph Wade, with distinction. Emma Christine Walsh, with distinction. Robin Walter, with distinction. Ryan Matthew Weber. Sung Min Yi, with distinction. Jennifer Jiwon Yoon. Caitlin Renee Zwicker, with distinction. This concludes the presentation of candidates for the Doctor of Pharmacy.
Please join me in congratulating all of our graduates. We would also like to take a moment to thank you, the family and friends who supported the graduates, for all you've done. I now invite Dr. Brenda Merritt, Dean, Faculty of Health, to introduce today's convocation speaker.
Thank you. It is my pleasure to introduce the Honorable Michelle Williams, our MLA for Antigonish and Minister of Health and Wellness. And I'm just so glad you can be here to celebrate our future healthcare providers and health leaders. Minister Thompson was first elected in 2021 and re-elected in 2024 and brings a strong foundation in healthcare to her public service. A registered nurse, she has worked across frontline care, leadership as a CEO, and nursing education, and alongside service in the nonprofit sector. Her career reflects a commitment to caring for individuals and strengthening communities. For today's graduates, her path is a reminder that meaningful careers are built through service, adaptability, and a willingness to lead where you are needed most. I now invite the Honorable Michelle Thompson to deliver the convocation address to the graduating class.
Thank you. Thanks, everyone. It's really a pleasure to be here. Chancellor, President Brooks, faculty, family, friends, and dear graduates, it is an absolute honor to be here to celebrate your graduation. Thank you sincerely for including me in your day. The first thing I want to do is officially welcome you to your professional roles. I can't get the smile off my face. I'm so excited for all of you. Congratulations. Congratulations to the folks as well who have helped you here today and who are cheering you on from near and far. While some of you may not work directly in the healthcare system, your work is that of caring and supporting people in their health and well-being. And so I'll use healthcare as an umbrella term, knowing that there's a huge spectrum of ways in which each of you will care for people across the lifespan. Moving from student to independent practitioner is a big transition, and one that will definitely have its ups and downs. You will encounter new colleagues, new patients, new situations, and each new person or experience will move you gradually from novice to expert. Slowly but surely, you will gain experience, you will gain confidence, and most importantly, build your competence. It is not something that can be rushed because time, experience, and pressure are the forces that build an expert. As you gain this experience, please remember that everyone had their first day. They had their first emergency, their first win, their first mistake. Everyone doubted themselves, and some of us still do from time to time, and expertise came gradually to all of your colleagues as well. Through triumph and tragedy, slowly navigating moments through their own professional journey, you are at the beginning of what I hope will be a fulfilling career. I've been thinking a lot about all of you for the last couple of weeks as I prepared for this, your professions, your preparation, your roles in health, and I've thought a lot about my own career as a registered nurse, my own experiences, many patients and families, the triumphs and the tragedies, and all the days in between. I've spent a lot of time thinking about my former colleagues and workplaces, and there's so much I wanted to say, but I simply can't share it all, luckily for you, and the best lessons are the ones that are experienced. You will have many lessons along your path. Over and over, I came back to the same theme as I thought about what to talk about today, and it's connection. You are entering a profession where your ability to connect is essential. At a practical level, we can think about connecting symptoms, we can think about connecting dots, connecting services to service providers. So as a verb, connecting is often transactional. But connection is deeper, more personal, and I want to focus on 3 specific places I believe connection is necessary. The first is the connection with yourself. Your connection with yourself is really about caring for yourself and knowing yourself. I'm prone to ruminating and overthinking, and so I can easily spend a lot of time in my head and ignore other aspects of who I am or what I need. But when I am my best self, I am connected to myself, knowing how I am doing mentally, physically, emotionally, and spiritually. To do this, I have to be intentional with key aspects of my life: my sleep, my movement, my nutrition, my stress management. I cannot ask anyone else to do this for me. I know this is fully my responsibility and within my control. And so as you embark on your careers of caring, please place yourself at the top of the list. Tending to your well-being allows you to create connections with your loved ones, patients, colleagues, in every different way in a very different way than when you show up tired, caffeinated, hungry, and stressed. And I'm sure you've had a few days over the last number of years where that's been the case. Connect to your dreams and hopes and aspirations, know your values, and adopt a mindset that supports hopefulness and kindness. Sit in nature, rain or shine, and allow your mind and your body and your spirit to rest. If there are traditions and rituals that bring you comfort, prioritize them. Caring for yourself will create the most amazing path in your life and in your career. It's simple, but it's not easy. There are so many distractions in our life now, devices and novel technology, must-dos and must-haves, and I simply want to encourage you to find the things that give you rest and rejuvenation, and I want you to build them into your life. You will not regret it. I cannot stress the importance of community in our lives. When you think back over the past number of years, you have worked so hard to get here, and it's definitely an accomplishment to be proud of and to celebrate. But as you go back in your memory, can you think of the people who helped you along the way? Your loved ones, friends, teachers, professors, pastors, elders. We often have many people in our lives who have been helpers in ways we may not have realized. Many of you will have also benefited from community members like coaches, 4-H leaders, club leaders, perhaps your first boss or your colleagues at a part-time job. These connections to community created a sense of place and belonging. Think about the experience that have shaped you along the way, the things and the activities you love, and ask yourself, is there a way for you to give back? Giving back may sound like another thing to do, but often as you set out to help others, the greatest beneficiary is you. Can you share your gifts and your talents, your energy, your youth, to help others, and also yourself? Building connections in community often allows the opportunity to know people of all ages, different backgrounds and professions. It finds a new common ground beyond family and work, people invested in an organization or a cause that create a wide circle of connection for you to join. Start small, connect with curiosity, don't overcommit, but don't let the commitment scare you, but try anyway. So many of us have benefited from the investment of time and energy of others, not only in our communities, but in each of us. And in the spirit of reciprocity, can you create connection with your community? The last connection I want to talk to you about is your connection with the people you will care for and accompany in your various professions. You are coming into healthcare at a fast-paced and fascinating time. Treatments and technology advancements are changing and saving lives in ways we never thought were possible. The amount of available information is rapidly increasing. We are embedding AI and technology, interoperability, information, and knowledge into the structure of our healthcare and social care system. It is important and it is necessary. We must find a way to use the advancements to better the experience for citizens, clients, and patients. And these things are an important part of your toolbox. They are enablers. They are scaffolding to support you in your various roles. But I promise you, the greatest tool of your trade is your ability to create connections with the people you will accompany. They may be a family, a person, a colleague. You see, the people you have the privilege to accompany, even the most difficult ones, are experts in their own lives and their own experiences and abilities, and they know their barriers, and your role is to take your knowledge, your skills, and connect with their lived experience and find the right path forward. It has become cliche, but when we meet people where they are, we ennoble them and ennoble ourselves. And we build a connection built on the dignity and worth of who they are and who you are. Your connection will allow you to hear what truly matters, their hopes, their dreams, their fears, their ideas. You can use your resourcefulness, your skills, your knowledge to co-create a path forward. Our responsibility as care providers is to accompany people and to create connections. We simply cannot carry every burden others face, but we can accompany them with compassion and alleviate distress to the best of our ability. Your presence in people's lives stays with them forever. Almost everyone has a story to tell about care that they or one of their loved ones received. Your role in their story will be narrated at kitchen tables, in grocery store aisles, in stories at the beginning of life and the end of life, and all the moments in between. I know it feels big because it is. I had a colleague tell me many years ago that we can't always change the outcome for people. Sometimes people are too sick, they're too injured, or perhaps their environment is too unsafe. But we, as healthcare providers, can always impact their experience. When we are skilled, competent, and compassionate, we become part of a story where, despite the outcome, people feel seen and supported through an impossibly difficult time. It will be a comfort to them and a comfort to you. I remember the nurses in the delivery room with me when my children were born, the social worker who helped us navigate caring for my grandparents when we took them home to die, and I would have never made it through my daughter's preschool years filled with ear infections, chest infections, sleepless nights, scary moments, and being completely overwhelmed without the support of the pharmacist, who never once showed me anything but empathy and kindness. He was an incredible source of support and humor on really overwhelming days. You will carry people, many people in fact, in your minds and your hearts over the course of your career. But never forget that there are people who will always carry you. So as I wrap up, I want you to know how grateful I am that you chose these professions. You have some incredible experiences ahead of you. If you haven't already, I will warn you, you will develop a unique, some folks call it dark, sense of humor. And you can only share it with each other, and it will help you laugh on the hard days, and it will save you when all you can do is cry. So, welcome to this incredible career. I hope all of you stay in Nova Scotia to work. I'll sign you up on the way out. Stay connected to yourself, to your loved ones, and to your community, and to the important work you will do every day. I hope that someday our paths will cross. Perhaps one of you will accompany someone I love, and maybe someday you and I will have the chance to co-create a path forward in my health journey. I'm getting old, and you're young, and I'm probably going to need a few of you as the years go on. We never really know when we will have the opportunity to show up for one another. So thank you for all that you've done, and in advance for all that you will do. I wish you every success as you begin this incredible career. Congratulations.
Thank you, Minister Thompson, specifically about the connection, the importance of connection. Graduates, today you were led in and will be let out of this ceremony by our beadle, carrying the new dawn staff of place and belonging. The staff is more than a ceremonial symbol. It embodies Dalhousie's diverse and inclusive community. Crafted with materials, textures, and symbols reflecting the richness and diversity of individuals like you, graduates who have graced our university and who now number more than 165,000 alumni. Graduates and guests, the formal business of Convocation has concluded. We invite you to remain seated so that the stage party may exit. Congratulations.
Give me the diminish, don't daddy old no thing. Nigga my jod, my we done it. Give me the diminish, don't what a big soul thing. Nigga my jod. Abahon madultinet, abahon madultinet, dan gisuk eligal macho abon madutine hey abon madutine dan giso keliga luxigo ulau si amo we hey we oh we ha ya ya we oh hey oh hey ha ya we oh hey ha ya ya we oh hey ha ya we oh hey ha ya we oh hey ha ya ya we oh hey ha ya hey oh we oh hey ha ya ya we oh hey oh hey ha ya we oh hey ha ya ya we oh hey ha ya we oh hey ha ya we oh hey ha ya ya we oh hey ha ya hey oh get me dead in my net down delio no nigga much stood my we done edge get me dead in my net down where the big soul did nigga much stood abon madutine hey abon madutine dan gisul teliga luxigo ulau si amo we